So, we got this Montana 1000E post driver. So we've used it for this pasture. You can check out some of our other videos of everything we've done. I don't know, this is probably what, 1,000 foot with like 1,000 feet of fence with 7 or 8 corners. So we've driven a couple posts with it. We're not professionals quite yet, but this has definitely been nice. We definitely had some rocky ledges. Basically this is a little, this isn't the base model. This is like the, I think Montanas have up to a 1500 size. So this is like the little heavier. I think there's a 700 under, 750 under this, and then a 500 and like a 300 for T-post. So this is a upper mid-range. It does have, we got this one because it has some add-ons that from the little bit we've used are definitely nice. As you can see here, obviously the post driver is good heavy. I mean, a lot of them blew them right in. Beautiful job. We have a lot of rocky ledges. We're not necessarily, I gotta figure out our rock type. We're not slate. Is it shale? We shale rocky? No. We're rocky here and there. We do have decent topsoils and stuff, but we're rocky. This drove them in for the most part. There were some on the outcroppings, somewhere we're trying to get close to that rocky edge where the rock auger, we have a 4-inch rock auger. As you can see, some of these, I gotta figure out how those go in. This has been pretty great. Definitely basically this will just kind of drill in, make a hole, it'll catch like the edge, push them out of the way, and then kind of make you a hole. I kind of can clean out some rocks. This also is pretty nice. You just put that in the hole and then pound it with a post driver. That was actually cracking some of the rocks. You know, then we could get in there, kind of wiggle that in there. So we have an opening for our post to get through. We didn't put like a end or a tip on some of them. We probably could have on some of those rocky spots to be even better to, you know, follow that, because this honestly went in all the way on a bunch of them. And to follow that, if we put a tip on it, might have gotten in there a little better. But yeah, no, it's definitely, Montana definitely thought about you know, having this nice auger hang up. That's definitely nice. Get that so, you know, you can drive, keep the auger on. I was kind of thinking we'd have to take it on off, but that's definitely nice. And then we have this hook, so this will pull out post, but you can also leave this on. We have it set to the length of how deep we were driving our post. So basically this chain length, when it's hanging, once that hook touches the ground, we're driving like 48 inches. Basically once that hook touches the ground, that's 48 inches. So that was pretty nice. We also have the tilts on this, so some of the, you know, up there when we got kind of sideways, we could tilt it so we're pounding flat. Basically we have that hooked in here. We have this 14 pin connected in the skid steer. No, I think it was, was it the D pin? I believe it was the D pin. Was it the D pin for the harness? I think so. You'll have to check back in when we set that up. I believe it was the D pin that connects in there to the button right on the joystick, the bottom right one. Gives us power. The A pin is the ground. So we basically just splice that in. So now we mark those hot ground and ran the harness right to that. So now we press the button, we tilt it, let go, we're back to pounding. The only thing is the auger is a manual, you know, switch from the post driver to the auger, but that's simple enough. This pounder, I will say, is a 2-person pounder, unless maybe if you had like a remote control skid steer. If you had a remote control skid steer, that's definitely pretty cool. But yeah, you definitely want somebody out here like holding the post, kind of eyeing it up. You know, they can eye, basically the skid steer dryer can eye up sideways if it's kind of straight, and then basically need somebody else eyeing up if it's, you know, this way straight. So I was eyeing up this, she was watching that, and it was going pretty good. And then I obviously go to the next one, pull them up, and it's pretty great. Definitely like this pounder. Now I know this is a nitrogen gas pounder, so it's like quick, I don't know what they call it, a vibratory pounder, versus like the big, I think it's the hammer type pounders that are like drop weight. So they, like, you know, drop the weight and pound it. This one has worked pretty good. You know, most of the posts went in pretty easy, and it pushed out most that's in the way. So definitely recommend this, as long as you got 2 people. So that's the big thing. If you don't, then I know some of the other pounders have like a claw that you can pick up the post, set it. Might want to check out one of those, but if you have 2, great pounder so far. Definitely recommend.